أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله. اللهم لعنهم جميعا. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. كتب مولانا أبو عبد الله الحسين عليه السلام لأهل الكوفة: ألا وأني باعث إليكم بأخي وابن عمي وثقتي من أهل بيتي. Thousands of letters and signatures received by Imam al-Hussein from Kufians, asking Imam al-Hussein to migrate to them, asking Imam al-Hussein to move to them, and asking Imam al-Hussein to help them by saying that we do not accept Umayyad as our leaders, as our governors. We do not accept them, we reject them, and we've heard that you rejected to pay allegiance to Yazeed. So we want to have you as our Imam, you as our leader, you as the successor of the Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Imam al-Hussein decided to send his cousin Muslim ibn Aqil, who used to be as well his brother-in-law, because Muslim ibn Aqil married Ruqayya bint Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Send him there to assess the situation. And of course, every wise person will do so before he migrates with his family to a city to be the leader of that city and to lead a revolution. He will assess the situation. So he wrote to Kufians that I will send to you, or I'm sending to you, my brother and my cousin and the trusted one amongst my family, Muslim ibn Aqil, salamullahi alayhi. Muslim ibn Aqil went to Kufa and received 18,000 or thousands allegiance from Kufians to be Imam al-Hussein's helper and Imam al-Hussein backer and Imam al-Hussein's alayhi salam companions. So what happened between letters from Kufians to paying allegiance to Imam al-Hussein salamullahi alayh, to end up fighting against Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in ASHURA? What happens? Apparently, Muslim reached Kufa during the month of Ramadan or Shawwal. He went to the house of Mukhtar ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi, the famous Shia guy. He went there, and famous people of Kufa used to go to Muslim ibn Aqil at Mukhtar's house. When they gathered there, Muslim ibn Aqil read the letter of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to them. The first one who stood up and talked was Abis ibn Abi al-Shakiri, ibn Abi Shabib al-Shakiri. The famous Abis who said on the day of Ashura, Hubb al-Hussain ajannani. Yeah, the love of Imam al-Hussain actually put me in a position that I love to die to protect him. He stood up. He said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and I'll talk about myself. I don't know Kufians. I will not talk in their behalf. فإني لا أخبرك عن الناس ولا أعلم ما في أنفسهم. I don't know what is going on in their inside. وما أغرك منهم. I will not trick you. So when Abbas says these things, it means that he doesn't trust Kufians. والله لأحدثنك عما أنا موطن نفسي عليه. I will talk about myself. This is my عقائد. والله لأجيبنكم إذا دعوتم. I swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you call me, I will answer your call. And I will fight with you against your enemy. I will strike your enemy with my sword. And I wish to be killed before you, and I do not need any payback for that. لا أريد بذلك إلا ما عند الله. I do not need anything but to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was then when Habib ibn Madahir as well stood up and said, I'm not going to add anything on what Abbas said, but my aqidah, my faith is the same. I will tell you what Abbas told you. So I'm not talking about Kufians, I'm talking about myself. And I will be with you. Okay. What happened after that? The governor of Kufa was Nu'man ibn Bashir. And Nu'man ibn Bashir was actually the governor of Kufa who was appointed by Muawiyah. He wasn't a good guy. However, he wasn't that bad as well. He wasn't like Ibn Marjan. So when he realized that Kufians are going to Muslim ibn Aqil and paying allegiance to Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, he stood up at the mosque of Kufa and delivered a speech. And he said, in actually his speech, that I won't kill you if I assume that you will revolt against Umayyad. No. So I don't care what Muslim ibn Aqil is doing now. I don't care about you if you want to pay allegiance to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. I'm not gonna use my army to fight against you. Unless if you come in front of my castle with swords and want to fight against me, it will be then when I will fight against you. I will enter the war against you. So for now, I only advise you not to enter fitna. Nothing more than that. لا أقتلكم بالظن. Okay? I'm not gonna follow assumptions and people's talking. I will follow my eye. If I see you in the street, you want to fight, I will enter the war with you. Before that, I won't do anything. I only offer my advice to you. There was someone called Abdullah ibn Aslam al-Hadrami. So to understand what happened in Kufa, how they end up fighting against Imam al-Hussain salamullahi alayhi. on the day of Karbala. Some of them end up with that while they wrote to Imam Hussain that and invited him to go to Kufa and wrote to him that they need his help. They need him to be the leader, to be the successor of Kufa, the successor of Rasulullah, the governor of Kufa. A guy called Abdullah ibn Muslim al-Hadrami was friend with Umayyad. He told Nu'man ibn Bashir after his speech that your speech is so weak, it's unacceptable. If you want to rule Kufa, you have to be a cruel guy. You have to oppress them. You have to oppress your nation. And Nu'man rejected his advice. It was then when Abdullah ibn Muslim al-Hadrami wrote to Yazeed. And he said in his letter, فَإِنْ كَانَ لَكَ بِالْكُوفَةِ حاجة فابعث إليها رجلا قويا يعمل مثل عملك. If you need Kufa, if you want to rule Kufa, send someone else as a governor for Kufa, someone who works like you, who follows your footsteps in oppressing people and forcing people. Yazeed ibn Muawiyah, when he received the letter, he sought the consultations of Sarjun, a friend of Muawiyah. And Sarjun told him, send Ibn Marjana, who is called Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad, to be the governor of Kufa. There was some dispute between Yazeed and Ibn Marjana, but he was convinced. He was convinced that probably Ibn Marjana is the best one to be sent to be the governor of Kufa. So he wrote a letter to Ibn Marjana and told him, Sir ila al-Kufa. Ibn Marjana was the governor of Basra back then. He ordered him to be at Kufa and to be the governor of Kufa and try to find Muslim ibn Aqil, and either you have to put him in prison, or you have to kill him, or you have to expel him from the city. It's up to you. But do what is necessary to stop Kufians from joining Imam al-Husayn's army and from joining Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. So what Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad did, he straight away moved to Kufa anonymously. He entered Kufa anonymously. People were waiting for Imam al-Hussain. They thought that this guy is Imam al-Hussain. So when he was walking in Kufa's streets, they used to tell him, Assalamu alayka ibn Rasulullah. We are so happy that you are here. We are so happy that you are here. He covered his face with some of his companions and soldiers. So everyone welcomed him as if he is Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. Till he reached Dar al-Imara, the castle. He knocked the door, they opened the door. And then he went to the mosque and gathered everyone and informed them that he is Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad, not Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, and he is the new governor. And he said in his speech, إني لمحبكم كالوالد البار. If you are with me, I will be like a father with you. And if you are against me, وصوتي وسيفي على من ترك أمري. If you are against me, I will kill you. فليبق امرؤ على نفسه. So protect yourself. It's up to you. I will not hesitate to kill you. I will not hesitate to put you in prison. I will not hesitate to do whatever it's needed to stop Kufians from joining Imam Hussain alayhi salam. I will not follow the footstep of Nu'man al-Bashir. Actually, I will act like Muawiyah and I will act like Yazeed. So, my opinion and the way of my ruling is different from Nu'man ibn Bashir. So, this was his first speech in Kufa. Okay? And then he gathered leaders of tribes. Al-Urafa, leaders of tribes. And he told them, listen, if I find any man who is with Muslim ibn Aqil or with Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam in your houses, I will kill you straight away. I will ban you from receiving the benefit from the government. Not only you, I will ban your whole tribe from receiving any money from the government. However, if you stay with me and if you are sincere in your relation with me, I will give you more, I will give your tribe more, and I will make you closer to me. So, what Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad did, he actually threatened people from joining Imam al-Hussein's camp and told them he will not only kill those who are against him or against Yazeed, but also he will demolish the whole tribe. That puts too much pressure on tribes' leaders and on tribes as well. They don't want to lose everything because they are not sure whether Imam Hussain will win this battle or not. And just put that in your mind. Most of Kufians asked Imam Hussain to migrate to them because they were sick of Yazeed and Umayyad's way of treating them. They were looking for dinar and dirham. That's why they wrote to Imam al-Hussain in some of their letters that they are not giving us, Umayyad and Yazeed and governor of Kufa, they are not giving us what we deserve. We deserve more than that. So they were talking about their dunya, not about their hereafter, their akhirah. They were not talking about the day of judgment. They were talking about how cruel Yazeed is and how they are oppressing Kufians, economic-wise. They were not talking about prayers and actually following the haqq. No. Most of Kufians talked about economic, talked about actually because they tasted the justice of Ali ibn Abi Talib. They wanted that era to come back. Not to pray with Ali ibn Abi Talib, not to fast with Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. No. Just to have actually to have the comfort they used to have in the era of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And also, Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad sent Hussain ibn Numayr, and then he was one of the leaders of Ibn Sa'd's army against Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad sent him with 4,000 soldiers, fully equipped soldiers, to cut off the way between Kufa and Hijaz. So no one can go to Hijaz unless if he wants to do Umrah. So no army can move from Kufa to join Imam Hussain alayhi salam's army. It was then when Imam Hussain met with Majma' ibn Abdullah al-A'idi, Majma' ibn Abdullah al-A'idi. You know, after Kufians paid allegiance to Muslim ibn Aqil, or to Imam Hussain alayhi salam through Muslim ibn Aqil, Muslim ibn Aqil straight away wrote a letter to Imam Hussain, advised him, it's safe for you to come to Kufa. But if you want to do so, do it straight away. Why? Because Umayyad and Yazeed might figure out something. So you have to come to Kufa before they reach Kufa. So Imam Hussain straight away left Mecca at the 8th of the Hajj. In the way, Imam Hussain alayhi salam met with Majma' ibn Abdullah al-A'idi. And Imam Hussain asked him about Kufians. What do you think about Kufians? Apparently, Majma' ibn Abdullah al-A'idi saw Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad entering Kufa and delivering speeches and showing to Kufians his teeth. Okay? And that's why he said, أَمَّا أَشْرَافُ النَّاسِ فَقَدْ أَعْظَمَتْ رِشْوَتُهُم. Leaders of Kufians tribe, they were given so much monies. أَعْظَمَ رِشْوَتُهُم. They were bought by Bani Umayyah. Bani Umayyah bought them, bought the religions. يُسْتَمَالُ وَدُّهُم. Okay? To buy their loves. فَهُمْ إِلْبٌ وَاحِدٌ عَلَيْكَ. All of them are against you, with each other. وَأَمَّا سَائِرُ النَّاسِ. The rest of people, فَأَفْئِدَتُهُمْ مَعَكَ وَسُيُوفُهُمْ غَدًا مَشْهُورَةٌ عَلَيْكَ. Their hearts, their love is with you. But tomorrow, everything will be changed. Their swords will be against you. Do you know why? Because Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad started to work in Kufa in a way that he forced people not only to stay at their homes to show that they haven't got any problem with Umayyad. No. To clean up what they did, the allegiance they paid to Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, the letters they sent to Imam al-Hussain, to clear up that, okay, to repent, so-called, from that, they have to go and fight against Imam al-Hussain. So there were pressures from tribes on those who asked Imam al-Hussain to move to them, to go and join Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad's army against Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, to join Umar ibn Sa'ad's army against Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, to clean up what they did. Otherwise, Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad will consider them as people who are with Imam al-Hussain, and he will treat them as Imam al-Hussain's companions. So they were actually somehow forced. I'm not giving them excuses, but to analyze the history and how Kufians changed from sending letter to Imam al-Hussain to sending arrows to Imam al-Hussain. From asking Imam al-Hussain for help to avoiding and rejecting Imam al-Hussain's calling for help. Allah hal min nasarun yansuruna. From being with Imam al-Hussain and rejecting Yazeed to be under Yazeed's flag and Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad's flag, fighting against the camp of prophets and grandsons, prophets, Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. When Muslim ibn Aqil saw how Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad is working, he went out of Al-Mukhtar's house and he went to Hani ibn Urwa. Hani ibn Urwa was a good guy, a generous guy, a man who was a true human being. He went to him. When Hani ibn Urwa saw him, and he was an old guy as well, 97 or 92 years old, Muslim told Hani that, I am here today to ask you to give me shelter, to help me. Okay? Hani said, you are putting too much pressure upon me. But you came to my house. I won't expel you. I won't tell you to go out. Ahlan wa marhaban. You are most welcome guest. Just come to me and enter my house. And he entered the house of Hani, and then people and Shia and so-called Shi'at Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam, not all of them were Shia, but some of them, of course, used to go to visit Muslim ibn Aqil and to meet with him at the house of Hani ibn Urwa. And the story needs to be talked about more, inshallah. We'll talk about that in our next majlis, but tonight we offer our condolences to our beloved Imam al-Hassan al-Mushtaba for sacrificing not only one of his sons, but more than that, sacrificing Al-Qasim ibn al-Hassan and sacrificing Abdullah ibn al-Hassan to protect the Imam of the era, Al-Imam Sayyid al-Shuhada Abi Abdullah al-Hussain. Al-Qasim went to Imam al-Hussain. Oh, my uncle, I need your permission to go to the battlefield. Imam al-Hussain saw him and told him, no, you are my beloved brother's son. You are my nephew. I love you so much. I won't be able to let you go to fight the enemy. And then was when Qasim started to kiss not only Imam al-Hussein's hand, but also Imam al-Hussein's foot to seek the permission to go to the battlefield. That was then when Imam al-Hussein accepted, and he hugged him. And he put Imam al-Hassan's ammama upon Qasim's head. And he told him, if you want to go, just go. And Qasim ibn al-Hassan went to the battlefield and started to shout, إن تنكروني فأنا ابن الحسن نجل النبي المصطفى والمؤتمن هذا حسين كالأسير المرتهن بين أناس لا سقوا صوب المزن. He was the first kid. غلام لم يبلغ الحلم. He was a kid, 13 years old. He was the first kid who was killed and slaughtered and martyred on the day of ASHURA. They killed him. And I'm pretty sure Samahat Sheikh Hussain al-Harbi Hafidahullah will recite the musibah for you. But allow me just to talk and mention what that he did with Al-Qasim ibn al-Hassan. They killed him in a way that when Imam al-Hussein reached him, saw that this young boy is fighting with death, moving. What Imam al-Hussein said, يَعُزُّ عَلَىٰ عَمِّكِ, because Qasim called his uncle, Ya Am aghithni, oh my uncle, help me. Imam al-Hussein said, يَعُزُّ عَلَىٰ عَمِّكِ, it's very hard for your uncle to see you or to listen and hear you that asking for help, but he can't do anything for you. Even if he wants. يعز على عمك أن تدعوه فلا يجيبك، أو يجيبك فلا يعينك، أو يعينك فلا يغني عنك، بعدا لقوم قتلوك. May Allah curse those who killed you. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى المستشهدين بين يديك. هذا والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطاهرين.